Welcome to Lost Girl Therapy, where we work on getting you back to you. Today, we are discussing the mental checklist that I gave you a few videos back in further detail. So previously, we discussed if you were going to make a big decision, something that I found to be very helpful is checking in with what your mind says, what your heart feels, and what your soul does. And to clarify even further, I conceptualize the soul and the heart being in two totally different places. So for me, my soul resides directly behind my belly button. It's kind of that space where you get, where your stomach drops if you get afraid, or you kind of like seize up if you're in fear or excitement. And then I conceptualize the heart being exactly where it is, directly behind the rib cage. Now, the heart resides in the heart chakra, so it's going to have a lot of expansiveness outside of its physical being. But when I talk about feeling what your heart feels, I often use the physical terms of the body. So when you are thinking about a decision that you want to make and you're in the heart space, pay attention to what your physical body does. The heart is encapsulated in the rib cage, so it's either going to have the rib cage feel tighter and constrictive, or it's going to open and feel expansive. You might notice that your heart actually beats faster when you think about something, and that can feel exciting. Or it could beat faster, and that could be a feeling of fear that comes up. So in the heart space, you really want to feel into your physical body, especially in the heart area specifically. And when you're doing the decision-making checklist, I really like to isolate all three parts. I visualize the decision in front of me and I basically drop it down into each area intentionally. I start with the mind and work down until I drop into the soul. But I pretty much isolate at each area so that way I get a feel for where each one is residing and what it's trying to tell me. So in the heart, you want to stay grounded in the physical. Then when you drop down into the soul, which again for me is the space behind my belly button, the soul doesn't really have the restriction of the rib cage. So it's very expansive. And I kind of picture the soul like a balloon. Essentially, like the more grounded something feels for me, the better it feels for me. My soul just kind of goes like this. It opens up, I feel expansive. I also feel more grounded. I don't feel any tightness. It's the sensation of like almost complete contentment or relaxation. When my soul feels constricted, or when a decision that I'm about to make just really doesn't jive with it, it almost feels like the balloon deflates. And when it deflates, for me, it is that sensation of like my stomach just sinking, or kind of like a gut punch, just the seizing up and saying like, nope, don't want to do it. And the thing about the soul, which is very interesting, is that you can actually miss the gut punch reaction if you're not paying attention to it because it's so quick. It's just like a flash in the pan that says, no, this isn't right for me. So when you drop down into the soul and you're considering making a decision, really give yourself space to sit there and reside in the sensations that are coming up. As you take that time, you're going to get better at catching those really quick gut punch reactions, and you're not going to need to sit there as long. But in the beginning, if you're having difficulty connecting with your soul, really take a moment to stay there. See how it goes. You're either going to feel it expand, you're going to breathe deeper, and you're going to basically feel like you have a ton more space within your body to just relax and take in what's happening. Or you're going to feel the constriction. Everything's going to seize up. You might feel your stomach muscles kind of clench. You also might start to feel nauseous or just uncomfortable in that general area. And those are really good indicators that something may be feeling really great for you or might not be the right choice. I hope this clarifies. And if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to shoot me a DM or leave me a comment.